Double trays.
Welcome back, everyone! This
Hiya.
is Geronitis bringing you Pandemicraft Season
He's the
4.
guy. Yeah. What episode is this?
Today we are starting on... Thank you, Max, because you're killing me. Today we're starting on episode... Ah,
33. Double
33!
trays.
Killing me, Max. Oh, God.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And today we're going to get over here. Come here, come
Here
here,
I
come
is.
here. Here you go.
Ooh.
That is your own personal Tesseract. You will need it for today's episode. Do
I
not
will
lose
call
it.
it George, and I will pet it and hug it and ow, 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 ow. I'll hit you with my tesseract.
Hey. That's what she said.
Hey,
Anyway, today we're going to be playing with a brand new toy. This new toy is going to be complicated and probably
that's what she
very...
said, right?
My fault. All my fault.
Hmm?
Okay, so today we're going to be making ourselves the Excavator from Immersive Engineering. I'll get into why here in a minute, but first, before we go there, we are going to need a secondary item that goes along with the Excavator. And it should be here under Tools and Machinery, but it's not. Let's see. No. Mineral deposits. It should show in here.
They got pills for that.
Let's see. Deposit of ore. There it is. This is the core sample drill, and we're going to be building one of these so that we can find out where we want to go mining. If you're going to use
Yeah,
the
you
excavator,
threatened about that earlier.
yes.
Yeah.
If we're going to if we're going to be doing any excavating, it's best to get a core sample before you actually go excavating. Okay. So we're going to need some steel scaffolding, some light engineering blocks, and some steel fence. We've already programmed the system how to make steel fence, so let's go ahead and do steel scaffolding and light and heavy engineering blocks, just because we're going to need to... Oh, of course. Of course. I need to be able to autocraft 3 things, and I only have 2 slots open for autocrafting. That's ironic right there. It's like, oh, I only need 3 things. Nope. Well, I'm going to take out the crafting of diamond pickaxes because I don't want to.
Someone's
So...
hovering. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm hovering. It's easier to do the programming of these things from a hovering position. So,
Gotcha.
let's see. Steel scaffolding. We're going to go ahead and program this in. Refined iron. Oh, I can never remember which version of steel we have. Max, what version of steel do we have?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, let's take a look
I
real
mean,
quick. Ore dictionary is just annoying, but it's what you got to deal with. All right, I've got a sample of steel here, so I should be able to do fine now. I'll just input Railcraft. We have Railcraft steel, and that should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and program this. The reason I'm programming these in is because I've looked at things a little bit ahead of time, and I happen to know that we're going to need a ton, like literal metric tons of everything. So we're going to go ahead and get light engine. Oh, okay. That's not a big deal. What version of copper do we have? Oh my god. Okay, so we're going to have to do a couple more recipes. I didn't realize that this was in here, but that's okay. I can deal. All right, so that's probably used for both the light and heavy engineering blocks. Oh my gosh.
easy for you to say.
Apparently not. But that should be good here. Max, can you look in the system and type in engineering block and see if it allows you to request them, please?
I see a light engineering block.
Right. Can you request them? Like, ask it for 10 of them.
1 second, please. Okay. And show me stuff.
All right, so I should be able to do this over here.
Light engineering block.
Steel scaffolding. Make me 10 of these. Yes. Okay, so it successfully made 10 steel scaffolding. It's currently making the steel scaffolding. And heavy engineering blocks. Let's make 10 of those. Missing 10 steel mechanical
Yes.
components.
I'm missing 4 light engineering block posts, 3 light engineering block pillars.
What? Why are you trying to make engineering block fences?
What?
Yeah, no,
That's not what I clicked on. Oh, wait a second.
No,
Now,
I meant in the system, Max, not in NEI.
oh,
Light engineering blocks, 10 of those. Okay, so it says we're missing the crushed obsidian.
oh, well, that's where I was looking.
Are we really out of crushed obsidian? Holy crap. Well, that's not good. Not good at all.
Actually, I've got some if you need it.
Yeah, we're going to need a bunch of it, actually.
I can get you started.
Well, yeah, we're going to need, like, stacks of the stuff, unfortunately. Let's go ahead. I'll throw some in here. I really thought we had, like, a bunch of that stuff left over, but I've been wrong before. Now, I don't think there's any other way to make this other than in the rock crusher. Let me double check that. Rock crusher, yeah. It shows that it only makes in the rock crusher. If I had realized that, I would have had this stuff making a long time ago. Oh well. So yes. How much did you have, Max?
I had 24 pieces.
Okay, well, that should actually be enough. Okay, so there's the 10 light engineering blocks. So now we should be able to build the core drill sample thing. Put this in here, and we should be able to make 2 of these.
There's 46 more in the assembly table. I'll throw them in the system too.
Excellent. And I'm crushing up some more, so that'll be fine.
Okay, so you should have over a stack now.
Yeah, well, I'm putting stacks of obsidian in the crusher.
Oh, I was making those when you had me making those resonant machine frames.
Yeah, well, it uses up a lot of that. That's why. See, I thought we had a bunch of this stuff, and we did. But then you started making more resonant machine frames, and now we don't have so much anymore.
Well, actually, I remember making all my own crushed obsidian.
Oh. Well, then I have no idea why we don't have the stuff we're supposed to have. So, all right, so here, Max. Here is your own core drill sampler thingy. Okay, so yes. Now
the way technical on me.
So the way this works is what it does is you place this down inside of a chunk. Use your F9 to determine what chunks you're in. Seeing as the way our base is set up, we can only ever do this once at our base. So I'm going to set this up right here, and we should be able to. What?
Well, I'm holding one in my hand, and that's it to actually see it. Well, I didn't expect it to be that big.
Well, yeah. When you hold something in your hand, it's like you put it down, it's like, wow, that's bigger than I am. But when I'm holding it in my hand, it's so small. All right, free power forever, check marked. Ignore that.
Pump you up.
And now, yep. See, look, it's got the animation going. Can you see it spinning?
Yep, I see. Yeah.
All right, so when we right-click this, it says core sample in progress, 25%. Given all the power that it needs, it will give you. It doesn't take very long to run through an entire thing. So basically, we're going to let this run through, and we will then compare. I think it's in the mineral deposits section. Here we go. The mineral deposits ore section is going to say iron, magnetite, pyrite, bauxite, copper, gold, nickel, platinum, uranium, quartzite, galena, lead, silver, and lapis. My God, there's a lot more of these than I thought there was. And depending on what it actually says for the type of mineral deposits it finds will determine what we can actually mine up. Core sample evaluated, no minerals found. Really?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Well, no, it's not. It doesn't pull on what's actually in the ground. It pulls off of the ore tables for the server. So what we need to do is we need to, since we're going to be crushing obsidian anyway, we need to go out. Now, every time you change chunks, this analyzes one chunk. So if you think about it, we have a very large area to sample. And why did I just turn those off? So let's fly out. If you take yours and I'll take mine, and we'll head out just a little bit. I wouldn't go very far, but it needs to have an area where there's going to be a decently sized flat surface, or where we can make a decently sized flat surface. And we need to make some core samples, and we'll see if we can find a place that is going to show us a very good vein of ore. So I'm going to take 5, since we're waiting for stuff to craft anyway, and we're going to do some core sampling. And once we get the core samples of a area that we want, then we will go forward and set up the excavator, which is going to be very complicated. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back, and we have managed to find some stuff. Me and Max spent about an hour and a half looking around. Let's see if we can show any of this. Yeah, well, no, it doesn't go back far enough. We didn't find any minerals for a while, and then we found one, but then we didn't find any for a while, and then I found a nickel one. I was like, well, let's do the nickel, because we've been looking for a long time.
I found uranium.
I found a uranium vein as well.
Okay.
Anyway, but then Kitsy showed up. As you can see right here, Kitsy Fluff joined the game. Kitsy has a bit more experience doing the core sampling, and he has let us in on the fact that once you find one ore mineral vein, that you will be able to find one every other chunk diagonally. So let me put my F9 back on here. Now, as you can see, like, if I'm in this chunk right here, and let's say I find an ore vein. You got to find the first one. Once you find the first one, if you go diagonally, if there's one in this chunk, we go to this chunk, there isn't one. But then when we go to this chunk, there will be one every time.
I thought that was diagonally.
Diagonally, yes. Thank you, Harry. But I'm explaining things. So if there was one here, there would be one that way. If we go this way, this chunk wouldn't have one, but this chunk would. So once Kitsy explained that, it made searching a lot easier. I told Kitsy I was going to have to hurt him for not showing up sooner. But anyway, so we need to go ahead and turn F9 off. I found the ore that I wanted. I specifically was looking for a platinum ore vein. And the reason for that is, where'd it go? No, overviews and resources, mineral deposits. Here we go. The platinum vein has 50% shiny ore, 38% nickel ore, and 11% iridium ore. So we're going to get iridium, nickel, and shiny from this, all of which is going to be useful. And that's why I wanted to find that one specifically. So finding the one that you want specifically, not so simple, but once you do, should be really cool to play with. So basically what we need to do is build this machine. We have, this is your basic, and we can use the up and down arrows here to show us the how each section is built. This is the bottom layer, and then the next layer, and then the final layer. And then we can go over here. This is the actual digging wheel that will then be able to show us the various layers of that. And then the third section here is the actual machine as it's ready to form. This is the wheel inside the framework that we had before. So one of the cool things about this is over the question mark, it tells us exactly how much of what we need. So we need 21 blocks of steel, 9 light engineering blocks, 13 heavy engineering blocks, and 23 steel scaffolding. So actually it shouldn't be too bad. The blocks of steel will be annoying, but it'll be okay. So let's see. Block of steel. How many did I say?
21.
21?
I'm not absolutely sure.
Oh, see, now it's not showing the right steel. That's okay. I can fix this. Now, gimme. Thank you. 21 steel blocks. While those come in here, let's take another look real quick. 21 steel blocks, 23 steel scaffolding. Let's just get that stuff made for starters. Thank God I made plenty of this stuff. Alright, steel scaffolding. I said 23, right?
You have 3 of mine.
Okay.
And also, I have 13 heavy engineering blocks and 14 steel fences if you want them.
Not worried about the steel fences, but...
Engineering blocks are kind of expensive.
that gets us the blocks there. So we need 13 heavy and 9 light. So I've got 6 light. I said how many light? 13?
13 heavy.
13 heavy and... Okay, well, let's just do the heavy real quick.
I just put them in the white ender chest because that's exactly how many I had.
Oh, well, it says I'm missing steel mechanical components. I don't see... I thought I had that programmed in. Yeah, steel mechanical components. I don't know why I don't have that made. It's weird. Wait, you have this stuff laying around?
Yeah, I just put it in the white chest.
Oh, well, let's see what we got here. 13 heavy engineering blocks. I got the steel scaffolding made already.
Okay.
Because, let's see. It is 23, I made 30. 21 blocks of steel I've got. 13 heavy. Okay, so I need 9 light engineering blocks. And I have 6. So I need 3 more. And that should actually get all the stuff that we need to build this thing. Assuming that we actually... There's 6. Come on, bring up the other 3. Thank you. Alright, so... Which actually, I guess I should get this to an exact number because otherwise we're going to make a mess. 23, 9, 13, 21. That should be the exact number I need. And I want to make sure I have the exact number that I need with me, because that way when I'm out, I know I'm done. 21, 9, 13, 23. 21, 9, 13, 23. Good. So we've got the stuff necessary to go ahead and build this thing. Now the other thing I want to bring with me is I want to actually use an ender chest because I'm very curious to see how this is going to work out. Oh, I've got 1 ender chest. Let's build 1 more. I want to keep track of everything that comes out of this because I'm going to leave it run for a couple of days while I'm away. Well, in between episodes, as they say, because it's going to be a couple of days before I can record again. So...
A lapis vein.
Yeah, I found one of those earlier. It has some things in it that are pretty cool, but I don't think it's anything of, great importance. Okay, so I need to dye these. Let me dye these ender chests real quick, and then we'll go out to the dig site, and we'll go ahead and build this this piece of machinery and see it start working. Be right back. Alrighty, we got this thing, well, not set up, but I've got the basis of it here, and we're going to go ahead and start building it. According to this, the block of steel starts at the bottom, and then up from there is also still part of the wheel, but then up from there starts the actual machine itself. So if we want the machine to be built on the surface of this area, we need to dig down 2 blocks and start with a block of steel. Alright, so for the fun of it, we're going to just go ahead and pull all of these things down, and we'll start with the block of steel down there. Now, Kitsy, does it have to be an immersive engineering block of steel? Because I have a railcraft block of steel. Am I going to...
I actually didn't check that, but I would use the immersive engineering one.
Well, I'm going to build it with the railcraft, and...
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, even if it's not, the people on YouTube who are watching need to know that it's not going to be okay. So...
Yeah.
Then 3 steel scaffoldings and more blocks. So this one is going to be 5. So 1, 2, 3, and then steel block and steel block. So then we go back over to here, and whoa, easy now. Holy crap, this is more complicated. Okay, so over this block of steel is a steel scaffolding. Like that. Then we got block of steel on either side of that. Wow, this is complex. And then we've got 2 heavies and 1 light. So I just got to make sure I build this facing the right direction. So that means we've got 1 light, 2 heavies, and then I think it was 2 blocks of steel there. No. Yeah, I got that right. They're just in the wrong location. Move this in like this. There we go. That looks right with a hole in the center, I believe. I wish it would stop building. Like, it's showing the stuff coming and going, and I really need it to, like, hold still.
Hold shift.
Holding shift, it's still building. Maybe when it stops
Oh.
building, it'll hold. Okay, let's just hope that... Nope, it went back to building. It keeps disappearing and reappearing. Either way,
Yeah,
so
usually
steel,
shift
we got
holds
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5 steel scaffoldings forward from this. So 1, 2, 3, whoa, 4, 5, like that. And then we're going to stop disappearing. Okay, heavy, light, heavy on this side. Heavy, heavy, light. And then on the opposite side, we have just 3 heavies. So heavy, heavy, heavy. Excellent. Wow, they are really devoted to their multi-blocks. Okay, so on this end, we're going to go light, heavy, steel, light. So light, light, heavy, steel, I believe is what I just saw. Light, heavy, steel, light, then steel, 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 light, steel scaffolding, steel. Okay, so... Oh my god, this is almost unbearable. Like, this is like gotta be the most complicated large structure I've ever built. Center is a steel block. So, like that. Like, just the rotations, the different rotations on this is crazy. Okay, so steel, heavy, light, light, steel, 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 scaffolding, steel. Alright, so that means that steel, scaffolding, steel is the correct thing there. Then stop disappearing! Oh my god, you don't have to do that! Okay, so light, 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 heavy, heavy, heavy on the sides like that. So light, 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 heavy, heavy, heavy. Yes, please sleep, guys, because yeah, if a creeper comes and blows this up right now, I think I'll cry.
I cannot, but if
I
you
log
give
out.
me a second, I can.
Scaffold, steel, dadgummit. Okay, so scaffold,
Okay.
steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel. Okay, so
Alright.
that is
Down.
scaffold, steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel. See, I don't think that looks right.
It's morning.
I think that steel block is supposed to be further out. It's supposed to go steel, scaffold, scaffold, and the steel further out than that. See, that doesn't look right. As a matter of fact, whoa, what did I do? Okay, if we go back down, we've got... I think I might have built this like one off. I think like the whole top layer needs to move forward. Kitsy, can you come out here and eyeball this with me?
TP move to it.
Yeah, slash TP. I feel like the top layer doesn't seem like it's right, or I'm supposed to be further out somewhere. Or maybe I have... No, that's the layer I've already built. This is the layer I'm currently on.
Is the bottom layer? Okay, this is the bottom layer.
Okay, so heavy, steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel. So steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel, scaffold, scaffold, steel, heavy. Heavy.
So I find it easier to build one type of block at a time. Just get the light engineering blocks first. Like here, right here is a plus.
What?
Make a plus of light engineering blocks right here. Just put one right here.
Like that?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so yeah, that means there's going to be a heavy opposite it, right?
And then there's a steel block right here.
it's hard going back and forth between these.
Yeah. This 2 spaces right here are empty.
What 2 spaces? I have a space that there's something in a space that needs to be empty.
This is empty. This is empty. This is where I'm standing.
Right. Yeah. I see it. I see it. Okay, so you're actually looking at the next layer. Oh, okay, you're on the next layer already. Okay, so that means on this end is steel, heavy. Okay, so I should have steel, and then a heavy engineering block there. And then a heavy engineering block next to that, and a light across from it. Heavy, light across with an opening in the center. And this is actually like the final layer. So steel, scaffolding, steel. Steel, scaffolding, steel. And then I think there's only, well, it shows 3 more blocks of steel. I have 3 more blocks of steel in my hand, so that means
the wheel.
Right, but that means that see, this is all scaffolding. Scaffolding like that, I think.
Yeah.
I found a platinum.
And 3, and then 1 more, and then two there.
That's gonna go there, I think, because have I got this right?
Jaren, 2 more. Scaffold right here, and then iron blocks and steel blocks at the ends.
Okay, I only have 1 piece of scaffolding left. But I still have 1 light engineering block.
You built this wrong over here.
Yeah, see, I thought I had this wrong somehow.
You built like a more square area than it should be.
Okay, you know what, YouTube, hang on a minute. We're going to get this straightened out. Okay, so we got this built. I was doing it horribly wrong. Kitsy helped me out immensely. We formed it, but now I deformed it because I wanted to show you guys. The steel blocks do work. When you form it, it changes the blocks to immersive engineering steel. But when you're building this, you have to make sure that you can build the wheel and then build the, as a matter of fact, I recommend this. Build the wheel first and then build the rest of the framing around it. So don't try to use this final form. Use this form first, because that's really easy to build, and then build this around that form, but use the third drawing to understand where that form is in line with the rest of the stuff. Okay, that's my recommendation. So we should be out now. The wheel has to be built in place, or it won't form when you form this. So when you form, you have to right-click here, and it should form the machine. But if the wheel isn't in place correctly, the wheel will not form. And so when you form the machine, it all has to form at the exact same time. Otherwise, it just does not work. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, which I recommend because I think it's going to be really fun. But on the other side of things, wow, what a pain in the butt to build. Complicated. It's complicated, without question. But we should be able to go ahead and get this thing working now. So let's take the Tesseract and let's go ahead and take my core sample drill. And we're going to hook it up. Now, these 3 right here on the excavator, these 3 blocks right here are all power inputs. You don't have to use all 3 as long as you have enough power coming to supply it. It should go ahead and fire up. And sweet, it's actually working. Yep, it shows 64,000 RF stored. It's at 59,904. And we're working. And we're getting dirt. Oh, that's right. The excavator doesn't actually dig anything, but it does dig the dirt blocks immediately underneath the wheel, so that the wheel is actually digging into the ground. So it won't actually remove blocks other than those dirt blocks. This is actually really cool.
It's just started pulling ores.
Yep, I can see it's pulling stuff up.
3 shiny ore so far.
Yep.
4.
So shiny ore doesn't exist in this pack. You can't actually mine it. This is like the only way. Immersive engineering nickel ore. I wonder if that actually works the same as the nickel ore from the General World Gen.
It does.
Cool. So that means that we can grind that in the pulverizer and get shiny as a secondary from it. So that's really cool. All right, so what we're going to do now, since this is working, we've got the chunk loader here, and we've got this functional. This will dig for, according to the book, the excavator will dig for 144 consecutive days, as long as it has enough power that long. With 20 minutes per day in Minecraft, that means that it will mine for 2 real-life days before it digs out this vein. So we should be good to go there. So now what we're going to do is, because I don't really know exactly how much... Oh, hey, look, iridium. We got iridium. Look at that. We can get iridium dust. We can get crushed iridium ore. We can... Oh, man, yes. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're going to warp back to base, because I can warp. Bye. Hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate you coming out.
Went really echoey for a moment there.
Yes, it did.
Is this pig named Sheep?
Yes, he came out of one of the random safari nets that the fishing machine fished up. Like, I just right-clicked the random safari net, and it's like, it's a pig named Sheep. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab these diamond chests, because I don't really know how much this is going to mine. I can't imagine that's going to stack out 5 diamond chests, though. But we're going to leave this running. Next time I come back to record, this should have dug completely through. And hopefully we'll be able to see exactly what this is going to do. So let's see. Let's grab one of these, please. And we're just going to hook this thing up to start filling these diamond chests, because I've never used this before, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to work. So let's see. Do that to that, and then we'll just do 5 of those, and go. So it will go ahead and pull out everything that is being mined, and it will store it in these diamond chests. I'll check in occasionally to make sure that we're not going to accidentally stack out these chests. I don't think... It probably won't even fill 1 diamond chest. I can't imagine it filling more than 1 diamond chest worth. But we'll see. So that's it. We're going to run this thing and see how good it does. Because, you know, iridium and shiny. Shiny because Enderium is very valuable. Iridium because... what are you kidding? It's iridium. And, you know, the nickel will be good for getting more shiny. So we're going to let this run and see how it does. So we'll see you when we come back, and we'll see how much we have. So until next time, this is Jaronitis signing off on episode 33 of my Pandemicraft Season 4 playthrough. Like me if you like me. Subscribe if you want to see what we get into next. And as always, help spread the gaming.